In recent years, there has been an activist uprising, more noticeably in North London. But why? Considering there are over 610,000 empty homes in England alone, and that's not including commercial buildings, it should be no surprise that the public are taking things into their own hands by squatting. This documentary will show some of the faces behind the occupations.
Environmental campaigner, I'm a New Zealander, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so concerned about our neighbours in the South Pacific, the islanders who are losing their homes, losing their future. And I've been campaigning all my life about the danger of global warming and the solutions that need to be put into place if we're going to save life on Earth from being destroyed in a very short space of time, according to many scientists. The Earth Market, which started here in Barnet, has now become a library and a museum, and everything we have has been given free to the public, who are welcome to come and take whatever they like. It's setting an example of the way forward, of sharing second-hand goods instead of dumping them in landfill. It's a way of reaching out to the people and showing them that there are alternatives to the way that they are living, an alternative to consumerism. We're calling this the Post-Apocalyptic Extinction Museum of Consumer Insanity. The rise in awareness of environmental problems and the danger to humanity, I think, is the reason that more people are becoming involved and taking action themselves in local communities. This is something that the eco-warriors have been encouraging, and I think across the world the environmental movement is picking up steam. There are more and more people taking action, and this summer we are planning massive protests and demonstrations everywhere in every country.
Well, he got punched in the fucking face, mate. Hey, police, he got punched in the face. We've got evidence.
I'm choosing this venue because my mom lives in Dawes Valley, has lived here for a while. I personally get really annoyed with the government selling off things that belong to the people to fill financial gaps. And people just have no idea that they can actually stand up for themselves and they do have options. They can't get robbed silly left, right and centre. And even if we can't ultimately stop this estate getting closed down, as long as it gets people in that frame of mind where they can say no and they don't have to put up with stuff. And in the meantime, I'd like to see this estate, before it gets knocked down, being like a community estate rather than a sinkhole estate. And the police wanted to check it, and I showed them, and they were completely happy with it. It's one of these skylight things made out of plastic. There was a couple of weak nails, I pulled them up, and I managed to squeeze down through this gap, which was slightly wider, once I got rid of the panel. And the police said they were very happy with it. I screwed on extra tight, and that's how you legally get into a squat. I opened the house, got illegally evicted the second night at 4 in the morning. With bouncers, bailiffs in my room. So I moved to another house 3 doors down in a cul-de-sac. We ended up opening 3 houses. I spent about 4 months there. And then didn't squat for ages and ages since. And then became homeless last winter, beginning of last winter. Moved into my rental council garage for a few weeks, and that was horrible. And then moved into the factory, and then just as the weather got good, end of February, kind of beginning of March, the Sweet Sway crowd got quite good, because it was the mothers protest before that. I thought I feel a little bit out of place with lots of families and stuff. But I went and did that, and I've always done community living, so I love community living. The focus of my protest, get people on the estate to realise how completely unfair it is that they're being socially cleansed.
This project is called The Hive. We're in Dalston, and it's a kind of an experiment how to occupy buildings for community center purposes. I almost said legally. We're always legal when you occupy, that's still way within the law. But
tonight, being the Evolution Cabaret, is a celebration of like minds who are trying to find solutions to the crisis on the planet of pollution and climate control and all the other sort of elements that mount up to a cry from the earth for help.
Gonna take you down, gonna take you man for man, gonna take you town by town. Yes, Tony, there's gonna be nowhere left to run when the time comes to pay the price for the things you done, and I still can't go. For you it goes the same, can't get away by resigning, we already know your name. Just doing your job, that's what you say.
Playing Russian roulette with people's lives. It's the community now.
Well, it's been 2 weeks since we first talked, and I just opened this place. I've been scoping it, seeing how it goes, and today is a big open day. So we've set up the cafe, the free shop, the library, all stuff to kind of make it open to all different aspects of the community. We've baked lots of cakes, and we're trying to get out and just bring people in. You know, we've got all the shutters open, and it's looking really good. We've had people that used to work at the community centre say that it actually looks better and more lively than it did when it was a community centre. People in North London are squatting, because it's happening more in North London, where in Barnet they're selling off estates to redevelopment projects. Also, I think there's been a lot of groundwork done by some community groups, some squatting community groups. I think there was a lot of really positive media attention from Free and Barnet Library that was reopened, and through a direct action it was reopened. It's very rare that you see that sort of situation where the council have to completely back down, and it really inspired locals, so it made it a lot easier for groups like me to be able to set things up and get the response we want from the locals, rather than the locals feeling all kind of intimidated and that we're kind of a fringe movement. They kind of relate a lot better now. My mum lives on this estate and I'm from this area, so for me to see the community destroyed and them to come out with things like, oh, we want to build a nice new estate, what they mean is they want to build a nice new estate without people like us living in it, which doesn't really help us at all. Helps the rich fat cats at the top of the hill.